You doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both.
Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both.
Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel.
Right now at noon, coronavirus cases spiking in several states, including Georgia. As numbers climb, the step Governor Brian Kemp says he's still not ready to take to curb the virus. And powerful moments during the BET Awards, artists and celebrities using their platforms to elevate calls for social justice and change.
11Alive News at noon starts now.
Right now at noon, the third straight day of record-breaking spikes in new COVID-19 cases marked just yesterday. Georgia's Department of Public Health reporting more than 2,200 new infections. It is the highest number of cases since the pandemic began. Georgia, one of 36 states seeing a surge in cases, and because of that, at least a dozen states have either paused or rolled back its reopening plans. 17 states are also now requiring people to wear face masks or coverings. It has been close to 2 months now since the state started reopening. We were one of the first in the country to do so, and Governor Brian Kemp said he would revisit restrictions if cases started ticking up. Nick Sturdivant takes a closer look at the numbers.
I spoke with the governor on Friday in Gwinnett County. He said two things. One, he's not considering imposing new restrictions. And also, he said he's not considering mandating that people wear masks in public. The Georgia Department of Public Health is reporting 2,225 new COVID-19 cases since Saturday, a record-breaking number for the state. After weeks of fewer people ending up in the hospital because of COVID-19, we are now seeing a spike. Hospitalizations have increased over the last couple of weeks to levels we have not seen since May. While testing has increased, the percentage of positive results is also going up. When asked about the state's mask policy, the governor had this to say.
Mandating that, I think, is a bridge too far for me right now. We have to have the public buy-in. Over the last several months, the public has done that. That's why we flattened the curve. It's why we got over our initial peak. There's some people that just do not want to wear a mask, and I'm sensitive to that.
And while the governor is not making it mandatory for people to wear masks in public, he says he's strongly encouraging people to wear them.
And more political leaders are jumping into the big mask debate, calling for a federal mandate. Among them, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. She says requiring face coverings in every state is, quote, long overdue. She adds the CDC recommended the use of masks to reduce the spread of the virus, but never mandated it to not offend President Donald Trump, who has repeatedly refused to wear a mask. Also encouraging mask wearing, the Senate's top Republican, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, calling it vital until a vaccine is found, although he didn't go so far as to call for them to be required.
I see various events on television in which people are clearly not wearing masks, not taking this seriously, and not doing others a favor. We need to get past that.
The global count of coronavirus infections hitting the 10 million mark now. The number is a major milestone in the spread of the pandemic that has also killed 500,000 people in 7 months. The U.S. accounting for about a fourth of all known COVID-19 cases and deaths. And with the increase in infections, Europe is looking to restart overseas travel, but will likely ban Americans from traveling there. The European Union says with the high number of cases in the U.S., any policy decision will rely on science and the numbers. The EU is expected to announce new travel rules in the next few days. Local makers of personal protective equipment, also known as PPE, are close to receiving a $1,250 a day tax break. Georgia lawmakers already passed the bill, and it's now waiting for Governor Kemp's signature. He is expected to sign it. Once approved, the tax break will continue for the next 5 years. And health leaders are worried about gatherings like this, that it could increase the number of infections in Georgia. This video of a block party in Bankhead on Friday night had been trending on Twitter over the weekend. You can see what appears to be hundreds of people partying in the streets, not social distancing, not wearing masks. Federal health officials say part of the reason we're seeing a big increase in cases now across the U.S. is that young people are going to large gatherings, crowded nightclubs and bars. We are here to bring you the latest updates on coronavirus. We have a full breakdown of all the numbers and what they mean on 11alive.com. You can also find the information by downloading the 11Alive News app and going to our special coronavirus section.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We started out with mostly sunny skies, but you can see the cumulus clouds now starting to tower up a little bit. Wind starting to kick up a little bit as well. Haven't seen much in the way of rain. This is up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. You got a sprinkle or two. That's it, up toward Fanning County, but that's really it. For the most part, we do have that sunshine. We'll call it partly sunny skies. But we'll see some isolated showers popping up. You can already starting to see some over here toward Alabama. Notice how they're starting to increase a little bit. Same will be happening to us for once we get past 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. And then right along the border between Georgia and South Carolina is where we could see a nice little stream of some showers and thunderstorms take place. That's where we have a marginal risk in effect for this afternoon. It's our easternmost counties. Temperatures hot already. 88 degrees is the current temperature in the city of Atlanta, looking at 88 in Duluth, 88 also down in Peachtree City and Edenton, 89 right now over toward Athens. You're at 81 degrees up towards Blairsville. I think we will hit the 90s this afternoon. I'm thinking of top off right around 92 degrees. Isolated thunderstorms right on through about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. Sheba, back to you.
All right, Chesley, a firefighter injured while battling a house fire in Stone Mountain overnight. We're told the firefighter with DeKalb County broke his leg after falling on some debris. Investigators say it began as a brush fire but quickly spread to this home on Burnstone Drive. Thankfully, the family inside was able to make it out safely. The 4 former Minneapolis police officers charged in connection with the death of George Floyd will appear in court later today. Derek Chauvin, who is facing a charge of second-degree murder, will appear on video. The other 3 officers are expected to be in court for a probable cause hearing. Chauvin was recorded on video kneeling on Floyd's neck for several minutes on Memorial Day. Floyd's death sparking protests all around the world calling for police reform. And tomorrow, a bond hearing will be held for the former Atlanta police officer charged with murdering Rayshard Brooks. Garrett Rolfe fatally shot Brooks outside a Wendy's in southeast Atlanta a couple weeks ago after Rolfe and another officer got into a struggle with Brooks as they tried to arrest him for DUI.
Cops wanna pull me over, embarrass me, abusing power. You never knew me, thought I was arrogant. As a juvenile, police pull their guns like they scared of me. And we used to howl, treat us not as the scary thing. Want anything we good at and we cherish it. Now we all fed up and news, coming back for everything. Rock stars, just watch the news, they burning cop cars. Kill another nigga, break the law and call us outlaws.
A powerful, controversial performance from rapper DaBaby during last night's BET Awards. That was just one of the many captivating moments from the show, which touched on police brutality and the social injustice and unrest across the country. Francesca Amaker has more on how celebrities reacted to the show.
Yeah, Sheba, the 2020 BET Awards was more powerful and necessary than ever, and it truly had a call to action when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement. Not only was it talking to the Black community, but it was also challenging non-Black people to get involved, and it also called on America to bring to task and justice for Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. Here's just a peek.
Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power!
Yeah, the night kicked off with Public Enemy doing a rendition of Fight the Power, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house with Alicia Keys playing her new song, Perfect Way to Die, which she wrote in response to the deaths of Sandra Bland and Michael Brown. She closed out her performance with a powerful statement, taking a knee in the middle of a street, which was covered in the names of Black lives that were lost. And of course, many celebrities took to social media with their reactions of this powerful show. Director Ava DuVernay tweeted, "Bravo to the whole BET family, as well as the show's directors, segment producers, camera people, everyone excellently executed." And grownish actress Yara Shahidi tweeted, "Can we talk about how beautifully produced the BET Awards were?" Yes, they were. And former Basketball Wives star Tammy Roman said, "I'm just going to go ahead and say it. BET has just shown you how to make a show during COVID, period." Absolutely. And also, Sheba, a few other big points was a tribute to Kobe Bryant from Lil Wayne. And of course, the humanitarian award being accepted by none other than Beyonce. She was presented that award by former First Lady Michelle Obama. And her biggest call to action was make sure you vote like your life depends on it.
Beautiful Beyonce. Francesca, thank you. It has already been a busy hurricane season, and it's far from over. Our Why Guy looks at why experts are predicting we could see double the number of major Atlantic hurricanes this year.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19.
Six Flags Whitewater is reopening today. Only special members and season pass holders will be allowed into the water park for the first few days, and then it opens to the public on Friday. It will be completely cash-free, only digital payments. All guests will have to make a reservation and wear a mask when not in the water. Soaring cases of COVID-19 are fueling an even bigger debate, a growing debate here over wearing masks. It's even become a political issue in many states. Well, now a social media post claims masks can actually violate government standards. We asked Jason Puckett with our Verify team to check it out.
There are two major claims you might see on social media. One is an article titled, OSHA says masks don't work and violate OSHA oxygen levels. The other is this long post claiming to be from an OSHA certified expert explaining why masks don't work. Now, both claim that OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, say cloth face masks don't actually work and you can actually limit how much oxygen you're getting. So is that true? Our main source is OSHA. Turns out they've been clear about their support of cloth face masks. From their website, quote, OSHA generally recommends that employers encourage workers to wear face coverings at work. From an OSHA publication of guidance for returning to work, quote, ensure workers wear appropriate face coverings, such as cloth face masks, to contain respiratory secretions. And finally, from a publication on preparing workplaces for COVID-19, OSHA says, quote, provide a face mask if feasible and available, and ask the person to wear it if tolerated. Bottom line, OSHA does recommend the use of face masks. So do the CDC, NIH, WHO, and every state health agency. We can verify claims that OSHA says masks don't work are false. If you're seeing others like this out there, send us an email.
All right, what's your plans for this afternoon? Make sure you wear something nice and cool and also take an umbrella with you. You can see some clouds now over the Georgia Rome area and those winds starting to pick up as well. Those winds anywhere between 3 and 5 miles per hour, gusts a little higher than that at times, a little harder than we've been clocking. But look at that, 89 degrees, the current temperature out there. Those clouds starting to billow up a little bit there, but we still have partly sunny skies. And of course, temperatures will be in the 90s. I'm thinking right about 92 degrees. And you may be looking at the sky thinking, oh, it's going to rain. You put your umbrella up and then you don't get anything. And then some of us will receive some of those thunderstorms where there will be some brief heavy rain on us. Isolated showers and thunderstorms will be the key or the ticket for this afternoon. Not very widespread, but we'll start to see that. Especially after 1 o'clock, we'll start to see more of this start to develop in our forecast area. Up here to the north is where we have been seeing a few thunderstorms up here toward Tennessee, and then they start to fizzle out a little bit as they cross the border into Fanning County. We've been seeing that so far, and you can see one lone lightning strike up here to the north as well. That will continue to push down to the south, but probably will fizzle out as well as it jumps the border. Temperatures warm, to say the least. Toasty. 88 in Duluth, Atlanta, down through Peachtree City. You got 86 in Covington, 88 also in Edenton, 89, close to 90 there in Athens so far. Probably be the first to hit it. You're looking at 85 degrees right now in Gainesville, 80 in Clayton, 81 up towards Blairsville at the current tower. The Wizometer is how we rate your weather on a scale from 1 to 11, with 11 being the most perfect day we can have at this time of year. 7 with a 30% chance for those isolated showers, thunderstorms. Started out this morning saying 90. I think we'll go up to about 92 for the afternoon high today, as those clouds aren't developing as fast as I thought they would for this afternoon. So we're getting a little bit more in the way of sunshine instead of the cloud cover that we have been seeing. And you notice the showers already starting to develop back over here toward parts of Alabama. That's what I think we're going to get in on, some of these isolated showers that begin to pop up. Again, where you have those could be some brief heavy rain, perhaps some gusty wind, not anticipating much in the way of severe weather. And you can see throughout the southeast just a general threat for thunderstorms, not severe weather. That's a 0 out of possible 5. There could be an isolated strong thunderstorm. That'll be it for us, and it'll be brief at that. Here it is, our forecast track model. You can follow along with the time right there at the top of the screen. Shows those clouds continue to come in. Notice that we have the isolated showers around. In those could be some embedded thunderstorms. They'll drop some brief heavy rain on you, then they'll get out of the way. We'll hold on to the threat for those showers at least about 9 o'clock before that goes away. Once we lose the daytime heating, that's done. We'll start you off Tuesday morning the same. Partly sunny skies by the afternoon. Clouds come right back in. A little greater chance for those showers and thunderstorms now. We're talking about a 50% chance, especially up here to the north where you can see it's a little bit more widespread. So you got a 50% chance for the rain. We'll lose that threat once we lose the daytime heating, and then start it all over again as we head into Wednesday, except Wednesday, the chance is a little higher. We're looking at a 70% chance for the scattered showers and thunderstorms. 60% chance as we head into Thursday. Friday, we're looking at the same, looking at a 50% chance for that rain, 87 for your high temperature. And as we head into the 4th of July weekend, not much change. Both Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at a 60% chance, mainly during the afternoon, for a scattered shower or a thunderstorm. 86 on Saturday. Sunday, we're looking at 84 degrees for your afternoon high. You know, we started out with a record number of hurricanes. In fact, we had well, not hurricanes, but severe for tropical storms. Man, I got the severe weather in my head, right? We had a couple tropical storms already named even before the season started. And this year, experts are predicting it to be a very busy season. Our Y Guy explains.
This year's hurricane season was busy before it even began. 2 storms, powerful enough to earn the names Arthur and Bertha, were churning in the Atlantic before the official start of the season on June 1st. It may be a sign of things to come. Scientists with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration believe we could see as many as a half-dozen major hurricanes in the Atlantic this year. That's twice as many as a typical year. Let's look at why experts are predicting a busier than normal season. It begins with the temperature of the Atlantic waters.
Sea surface temperatures in the tropical Atlantic are above normal range.
Warm water helps fuel tropical storms. NOAA's Matt Rosencrans says the temperature of the Atlantic will help energize any tropical activity. There's also the possibility that we could move into a climate pattern known as La Nina. Wind shear can tear away the top portion of a hurricane. There's far less chance of that happening in a La Nina pattern.
It allows the storms to the most amount of energy out of the water. It allows the storms to just kind of develop in a less hostile environment.
Weather patterns along West Africa, where Atlantic storms typically begin, also indicate a busy year. The Atlantic region has been in a weather pattern capable of producing busy hurricane seasons for the last 25 years. Patterns like this typically last between 25 and 40 years.
This one could go 30 years, it could go 41 years.
Experts say the time to prepare for this hurricane season is now.
And if you have a question for Jerry Carnes, our Y Guy, send it to us on Facebook, Twitter, or email. A former hometown football star now in the NFL, using his pro athlete status to do good beyond the gridiron. We're catching up with Isaac Rochelle. And as we go to break, a tip of the cap. 3 former presidents giving the traditional sign of acknowledgement and respect in honor of the 100th anniversary of the Negro Leagues. The leagues existed from 1920 until the early 1960s, producing 35 Baseball Hall of Famers.
The Negro Leagues made baseball better, and America better.
I want to tip the hat of my favorite baseball team, the Texas Rangers, to honor 100 years of the Negro League.
Today, I'm tipping my hat to everybody in the Negro Leagues who left a century-long legacy of talent and spirit and dignity on our country. Congratulations, everybody.
People who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste.
The world's largest 10K may be postponed until November, but the Atlanta Track Club still wants you to pound the pavement come July 4th. They are encouraging runners to participate in a virtual version of the AJC Peachtree Road Race. The Track Club is urging everyone to steer clear of the actual race route on the 4th for the safety of others. And if you're more of a race fan than runner, you can still tune in from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. to see last year's race right here on 11Alive. The official 51st running of the AJC Peachtree Road Race is slated for Thanksgiving. NBA players can reportedly replace the last name on their jerseys with social justice statements. According to several reports, the NBA and the NBA Players Association reached this decision as they look for ways to make sure players' voices are heard when basketball resumes on July 30th. Players Association President and Oklahoma City Thunder guard Chris Paul says the messages are intended to continue to shed light on different social justice issues. Let's go to Maria Martin now with how other athletes are joining the fight for social justice.
What we've seen in recent weeks is athletes using their voices and their platforms now more than ever to jumpstart change in our country. Eagles Landing Christian Academy grad and LA Chargers defensive end Isaac Rochelle is one of those athletes leading the charge.
It says more than a post, more than a protest, more than a movement, more than a trend.
Atlanta area native Isaac Rochelle now calls California home as a defensive end for the Los Angeles Chargers.
What's up, guys? Isaac Rochelle here from the LA Chargers.
He started a t-shirt company called Local Human back in April in an effort to raise money for a movement just like the shirt says should be more than a trend.
It started off with, I think, a collective frustration and fear that what's going on right now could just simply be like a trendy thing. This is way more than just a moment in time or a movement or a trend. This is about like changing the trajectory of kind of humans and how we view each other.
Rochelle explained that Local Human believes in action, and by buying their t-shirt, you are taking action.
By buying the shirt, you're donating $15 to 3 different organizations. That's Campaign Zero, the United Negro College Fund, and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
He took those t-shirts to the protests in Los Angeles, events that he says gave him hope and perspective.
What have you seen with your own eyes that gives you some hope that there is a change and that it is more than just a trend?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, being from Atlanta and growing up in the South, it's been moving for me to go to these protests and see full white families, you know, holding up signs that say Black Lives Matter.
And he's not alone in his efforts. Guys from the NBA and NFL joined in on the protests nationwide.
I'm on the radical side where I think, you know, it's our obligation. If we have this platform and we're not using it, we're missing out on an unreal window of time and window of opportunity.
Just remember, it feels good to do good, and you guys can easily get involved. Thank you.
If you want to learn more about Isaac's mission and maybe even buy a t-shirt, you can head to our website right now for more information.
Extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Thousands of people are getting back to business, returning to the office in increasing numbers, and they're leaving behind their beloved pets who've grown used to the work from home routines. And that can cause anxiety and stress in our four-legged friends. But you can prep your pet for the change, making the transition way easier. NBC's Sarah Doloff explains.
We may not have loved sheltering in place, but chances are our pets have, soaking up all that extra time and attention, making our return to the office tough.
We hope people take the time to get their pet adjusted.
The American Veterinary Medical Association suggests easing your pet into a routine, waking up, feeding, and walking them like you will when you return to the office, and leaving for shorter periods of time on a daily basis.
Gradually extend the time that you're gone. And then give them a small treat as you walk out the door, because that kind of conditions your pet to finding it rewarding when you leave.
Set your pet up for success while you're gone with a safe space, perhaps crate training for dogs. Keep them engaged with toys, long-lasting treats, and food puzzles. And make sure they get enough exercise.
Doing that is extremely important because it helps calm them and relax them.
Those who adopted dogs and cats at the beginning of the pandemic can start socializing them, slowly introducing healthy friends, relatives, and neighbors. Watch for signs your pet may be struggling. Destructive behavior or accidents are indications it's time to talk to your vet. They can help you and your pet get back to business in the safest and most stress-free way possible.
Always love the belly rubs there. Thank you for watching 11Alive News at noon. I'm Sheba Russell. Stay safe.
Actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.